And that visit
Welcome to Sometimes You Have to Lose Yourself, a podcast where we explore the complexities of love, loss, and self-discovery. Join Charlie Perry and Marvin Speller when life's unexpected twists and turns come our way. It's easy to lose ourselves in the process, but what if losing ourselves is exactly what we need to find our true selves? Join us as we dive into the depths of human experience, sharing stories, insights, and conversations that will challenge, inspire, and maybe even help you find your way again. Sometimes you have to lose yourself. Let's get started.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Sometimes You Have to Lose Yourself today. I am the host along with Marvin Speller. My name is Charlie Perry, and we have some fabulous guests. We have Charmaine Vega, Mama Vega, as we call her, and she definitely was on our show just a few weeks ago, doing her thing and showing us all her professionalism, her intellect, her beauty at 35 years old, and we are just so amazed that she is our friend. And we also have another special person that I just met and I truly admire, and that's Dr. Tirza. So I'm gonna be quiet a little bit, because these two women on the screen are beautiful, amazing, and definitely have my back in just a few short weeks. So I'm truly happy to have them here on this podcast because they just make our podcast that much better by being here. So, Marvin, go ahead, brother.
So my body's not chopped off, right?
No, you were scaring me. I thought you were like, you know, I don't know, maybe you're losing your eyesight, something like that. But I know you have a special Kool Aid you're drinking, so I know your health is much better. So you're definitely
Yeah,
not losing
definitely,
your.
it's definitely special Kool Aid, and I just want to come on today and really just kind of we're gonna go in today. Okay, you
Mhm.
ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Ready? We're gonna go in. Okay, I have a lot to say. First, I want to say for everybody out there, I hope everybody's doing well, and as always, I have nothing but love in my heart for you. Um, I want to tell a little bit about my story. And Charlie, I just sent you a video. Did you get it
Okay.
by text? I'm going to ask you to play that in maybe about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Um, so you all know the reason why we started this podcast was to bring people on and bring people together and just kind of just get the feel of everybody. We always profess that we don't have all the answers. We just wanted to bring people together with love and just share and care and really be the enlightened force for you all. And I think we've done that. Charlie, I sent you, man, our podcast from 4 years ago. I sent that to you yesterday. And I know you had a big family event coming up, and congratulations, my brother. You should be very proud of that. Um, we were 4 years ago. We really unpacked the mental health field because I was in the middle of that as a gracious observer, and I was the caregiver. And I know, Charmaine, you've talked a lot about caregiving and what that does to you. Well, I was in the midst of that, and I wanted to give people some information that can help them. Why it's important to have your documentation in a row, and the key questions you should be asking the people who profess to be the ones that know it all. You have to ask key questions at times to really get an understanding of what they're doing and kind of get a roadmap ahead. So we did that. We started that, man. We started that 4 years ago, Charlie. So we've been at this for a while. We've been just kicking knowledge and just showing love to the whole world for 4 years. We've taken some breaks here and there, but we always come back with love in our hearts. You all know I wrote a book, and I wrote a book because I was somebody that was shattered. And I was shattered, and I took my pain, I turned my pain into something. Sometimes you have to lose yourself in order to be born into that person you were meant to be. And I think that's the message that's come loud and clear since we've been doing this version of the podcast over the past, 6-8 months. Sometimes you have to lose yourself to be the best version of yourself. So I took my pain, I wrote a book, and my book was all about helping the masses. It's done well, and everybody's giving the same feedback, really, what it's done for them. And every time someone picks up that book and reads it, it says something different to you. And I designed that book that way to really help the masses and to continue to help people. But when you lose yourself and you're reborn, you go through certain phases, right? You go through the heavy ass grief. And then you make a decision. You have to make a decision at some point whether you want to keep moving on. Charmaine was sharing a story with me recently about this person's spouse died, and they died like 3 months later. The grief is no joke. The grief, they call it the widowhood effect. It ravages your body. It really does. And so I understand that. Even though I made a decision, it was more of a mental decision, but I don't know how much it was a physical decision. And so I look at the phases of grief that you go through. I got to a point where I was like, okay, I'm in the onward phase. The second part of my book, Unpacking Grief, shattered, torn apart, to onward. Onward is, what does that look and feel like? So I'm at the point where onward is now. And you know what? What we're going to do, we're going to share a brief video, but I really, today is a special treat for everybody because this is where we're really going to go onward. We talked about it last week. We're going to talk more and more. What does that look like? What does that feel like? And what we can do to share with the masses. What does onward look and feel like? And I got to tell you, I'm going to share a lot when it comes to what onward has done for me and what Life Vantage has done for me. So, Charlie, you want to kick that off and then I'll finish? Your voice is moving, but you're not talking.
Thanks for joining us, Christy. Hello. And thanks you everyone on Facebook and YouTube. I appreciate it. And I will share a video.
Okay, and then I'll finish my presentation.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test. They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
bad for the body,
Leading to disease.
leading to disease and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells.
And so you can see the age-related.
Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. But in Dr. McCord's tests, taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old.
They all are reduced to the level of oxidative stress that one would expect, frankly, in a newborn or a very young child.
High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma. I've studied all of these: strokes, heart attacks.
Even mental disease.
Yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression.
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. Dr. McCord calculates the numbers. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Would you suggest I keep taking this supplement?
I would.
We do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
The company that makes Protandim says its tests show the pill, made from ingredients used for centuries, is absolutely safe. But because it's being sold as a nutritional supplement and not a drug, Protandim does not need FDA approval for safety. For more, go to our website at abcnews.com.
Great video. Great video.
Thanks for playing
Thanks
it.
for sharing. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I wanted to share that with the masses and really give everybody a preview of where I'm going. So let's take a step back. Oxidative stress, free radicals, we've all heard those things, right? What does that mean to the listening audience? It means many things. It means that our body takes a beating. And at some point, these good activators that we have, the catalase, the SOD, they don't work as well. And then you have diseases set in, many types of diseases, right? And we sometimes need things to help us. And, you know, I talked about this the last time we all got on here together. There are so many things that people have done in the past 30 years, really just to try to help people out. And really, what I feel is though we missed the boat on just how to do it, when to do it, what it looks like. And then next thing you know, we're gathering all these type of pills and stuff to try to offset what we think is going to happen to us, right? Everybody's doing something. Everybody's trying to help something this day and time. We've all seen it. I remember when I shared earlier, I made the decision to live, and it was more probably mental first, but then I wanted to do the physical thing, right? So the past 3 months, I lost 24 pounds. I wanted to do that. But there was still something that was kind of nibbling at me. It's like, okay, at some point, you're going to have to fix the internal because that took a beating from stress. I was like, okay, try this, I'll try this, I'll try that. And then I stumbled upon what Mama Vega was telling me. Like, okay, well, yeah, It's something that can help with this oxidative stress. And it'll do this and this and this and this and this to you. And I was like, okay, it's got the NRF2. Really, it tells your body to make these good genes. These good genes really boost up the catalase and SOD, which are the two cell functions that help you fight off disease. Disease is really at an all-time high, especially after we come out of COVID. And what it does, it really boosts your good genes. And I'm gonna show you all. The yellow pill. And this yellow pill, people have talked a good game about biohacking, right? Biohacking, they look at it from a supplement, which that can make a difference for people, but something like a Protandim, really that turns on your good genes, it boosts it up, it gives a shot to it, and it changes your whole body. And this right here is something that makes a difference. And I've proven it myself. My blood pressure has dropped 75 points in 3 weeks.
Awesome.
I mean, numbers that most people have never heard of.
Mm.
And I feel better. I felt at work. I had some nerve damage in my leg. That's almost completely gone. I don't know. My recovery is amazing. It's like I do some physical work during the day, and it's like I don't get home and feel like I need to just go climb on the couch and just ready to fall out. And it's all because of the supplements I take. And so I want to talk a little bit more about the supplements. So Group Life Vantage, they're a company that's doing amazing things. And they have plenty of doctors and scientists who make the most amazing products. And look, it's not about the next wave of supplements to take. It's about, what if you had something that can turn on the things in your bodies that help you? Like we were talking about earlier, the good genes. Imagine if you had that. You had that ability to turn on the good genes in your body. Wouldn't that be worth it? I tell you, it's worth it to me. I mean, look at this woman below me. I mean, definitely right. Look at this woman next to her. I mean, look at both of them, right?
That's it. Sign them up.
I mean, really, and it's made all difference in my. And honestly, I'm talking about 3 weeks. And listen, at the end of the day, I made a decision we all can make. Really, it's not about selling products, but I'm crazy excited about something that can change your life. Listen, I took all the pain I was going into, and I threw that in my book to really make all the difference. And I'm back again. I took my biological pain and did something with it. And really, at the end of the day, it's all about the wellness space, really just making a difference. It's not a new supplement. It's something that activates the things in you that can make all the difference, right? Imagine if you were able to do something that could change your life. Wouldn't it be worth doing it?
It sure would.
I remember they made a movie about somebody taking a pill and it made you almost invincible. I mean, this is almost what Protandim gives back to you. And really, when you think about boosting your immune system, when you boost your immune system, you have a fighting chance of anything that happens to your body. When your immune system is compromised by stress, drugs, alcohol, all the things that's happened in your life, sometimes you got to fight back.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've heard this time and time again, and this has been a major reality to me. It's like these things we thought would happen to you as you get older. Imagine if what you heard was a myth. That, you know, in some ways when you get older, you get better. I mean, from what I've researched and what I've read, you turn on these things in your body. I mean, shoot, 50 some years old is like being in your 20s. I mean, you heard in that video what they said. You're dropping your immune system back to what it was like when you were born. Imagine that. Imagine your oxidative stress goes down 40% in 30 days. I mean, you think about it. That's a gift.
Yeah.
It's a serious gift. I mean, 40% is huge. I mean, how do you quantify that? Think about that. How do you quantify that? And I think about what it's done to me. Listen, I will always sit here and talk about. We come on here every week. We talk about things we feel we can help. We talk about this whole thing about laughter and what that does for you. Just being in that state of joy, and us. We get on here. We bring in something that brings some joy and laughter and love, and we do this. We've been doing this week and week out. These things make all the difference. But imagine if you supplemented that with some things that can boost the genetics of you to really, really be the best version of yourself. And that is where I've come from for the longest time. Imagine if you could just be the best version of yourself by doing all the things I talk about in my book, right? Chapter 5. And then you could activate these other things in your body where you feel like you've turned back the clock on your life. Well, I mean, what would that mean to you? Really, and that's really the biggest thing I wanted to share today. Imagine that if you had that in your life.
Yeah, everyone wants to go back to the most healthiest part of their lives.
Health is wealth, brother.
Yeah, and so this leads you into that direction to be the most healthiest you have been in your lifetime, or at least get back to it. So nothing but good vibes. Can't wait to get started, and follow your lead, because we have 3 great leaders here on the screen. So I'm following your lead, and I guarantee you,
brother, you're a leader too. And you know what?
Yeah.
I can sit here and say, I'm a living testimony of all this. No one can ever say, well, you bought onto the hype. I'm living the hype.
Yeah.
I'm living from that decision I made. I'm living the hype. I'm a living testimony. And you know what? I'm glad to do it.
Yeah.
And so I share this with the masses of people who are checking this out. I'm not talking the talk, I'm living it. And I shared with you all before. One of my goals is to feel better, a little bit better every day, and to be the best version of myself. Why not? Why else am I here?
Yeah.
So that's what I had. So, Charmaine, do you want to add anything to that?
Sure.
You froze up.
Oh, man.
Okay, we can come back to her. Let's
All right.
introduce Dr. Tearser. Let's get going with this wonderful woman.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Shanae.
What I'll say is that Marvin is a bit calm right about now because he will send messages to me at night, in the morning. Guess what? Guess what happened? Look at what's going on. Look at what's going on. So he is that living testimony as to what's going on when he decided to activate his cells. And that's one of the things that both Tirsa and I talk about. This is not supplementation. When you're eating vitamins and stuff like that, which we get into, that's supplementing. And if it doesn't really activate the cell underneath, that's all you're doing. Your body is not really absorbing. It's not doing what it needs to do. It's not going into what we call in the center of the cell, the mitochondria. Nothing's going on. It's just kind of like glossing around it. Like when you tell children to wash the counter and all they're doing is wiping something and moving the dirt around, and you're telling them that's not getting clean. All you're doing is just moving it from one place to another. When you're taking supplements, that's really what's going on. But when you activate the cell, it's when you now, for those of you who use it, Clorox, that's when you clean and you get down into everything and it gets rid of it and now it's going into where it needs to go. Well, that's what activation does. And I'm happy to say that I've been doing it for now, I guess, Tirsa, 9 years, 12 years, something like that. It's somewhere in that ballpark that I've been doing it. And I will tell you that that's what I do is I activate my cells every day and I walk, and people ask me, well, what are you taking? I said, all I'm doing is I'm activating my cells every day. I don't need to do some of these other things. So I don't have to take aspirin and all this other stuff. I don't. There's no pain. I go out and I do 5 miles in the morning and 5 miles at night because I want to. And it's when I don't do that, that's when I feel like, I'm kind of, I really got to get out there and do it because I feel like there's something missing. But it's a choice. And that's one of the words that I use when people say, well, I can't. It's either you do it or you don't. There's not, I'm thinking about doing it or I'm not thinking about doing it, but that's what it is. And I'm not going to take up a lot of time here because I know I talked the last time and I talked about caregiving because that dealt with Marvin and him being a caregiver and what that means and the stressors that you face every day in life. And it's not just facing it from a caregiver standpoint, but we're all caregivers. If you have a husband and you're cooking a meal, or you have children, or you have a child that needs something, people don't look at caregiving as that. If you're a police officer, you're a caregiver, you're taking care of someone, you're a crossing guard. So anytime you're taking care of someone else or doing something that potentially can help someone, you then are a caregiver. So it's not just looking at someone because they're ill. They don't have to be ill for you to be that caregiver. But my biggest thing and what I'm pushing for is for the caregivers to take care of themselves because they so often are taking care of everybody else and not themselves. But what I will do is, since I talked the last time, I want to give Tirsa her turn because that's my girl, Tirsa Chocolat Bryant.
Chocolat. I want to say one real thing before Miss Chocolat goes.
Miss Chocolat.
I was thinking about this today. I had this epiphany. I was like, how much damage have I done on my internal organs and my inside, trying to help my daughter pass 6 years, what she was going through, and then being a caregiver for my wife, and then the subsequent stress of that. I mean, I tore my body up. That's why I had so much problems with hypertension, because I know I beat up my arteries on the inside from stress. There's no doubt. And so when I think about this protandem, when I think about this right here and how it can regenerate the good genes inside of me to go through and take care of that, from that and the liquid collagen, what that's going to do to my arteries, I can tell you what it's already doing. And I got to tell you, it's one of these things where you just know it works. And so, I don't know. I've said it and I said it again. It's like, I got a new lease on life, and it feels damn good. And I will relate this back to Kristen, who's like, she wanted nothing better than for me to keep moving on in life, be my best version and all that. And I'm like, hell, this is what I'm doing. And so I'm so grateful to have that opportunity. My goodness. I mean, it's like I got my life back again. I mean, how much better can that be?
So how do you truly feel about meeting Mama Vega?
I mean, hell, I've known her for 15 years. I mean, my goodness.
So you think she steered you in the right direction, right?
When she came calling, my ears were there, and my ears and my heart was there, because I know this is a woman who would never steer me wrong and always had the best intentions. I mean, here's a woman who catered my wedding. I mean, my goodness, you talking about ultimate trust? I mean,
yeah.
She always got it.
I thought you said you didn't like the cake.
The cake had little challenges, but everything else was great.
Oh, all right. I'm just checking.
All right, Dr. Bryant.
So I'm listening to all of you, and I'm just here excited because I've literally seen a day like this. When I started with, basically it goes a little bit further. In 1989, we were studying epigenetics and nobody had heard about it. And I was doing research laboratory studies as a young biochemist, and everybody was checking me out because you're like the young hot shot that everybody's looking at. But sometimes some people just have that innate ability, and I always had that innate ability. But when I came to the United States, because I came here from the Netherlands in Europe, and I'm hearing English every day. I used to speak English, but with the Americans living abroad, and now I had to be in the English language every day. I had to shift. I could either say I'm not going to learn English and nobody would understand me, or I had to adapt. And I taught people that when you say no to things, you're not adapting to the way our world is changing. And our world is changing every day. So when I met this company, this publicly traded company, I wanted to look behind the scenes. And when I saw that they were publicly traded, they had scientific published research study on PubMed.gov. I saw the longevity of what Dr. Joe McCord had done with 40 years of research with 40 botanicals, found that 5 of them had a synergistic effect, that little yellow pill that Marvin held up is completely changing his health, his well-being, his life. I'm like, this is what I know it would do. I knew 1 + 1 = 6. And people are like, that's not good math. You're a doctor. You should know that, Stu. No, because when you take one thing and add one more thing to it, you have 6 to 7 different benefits. That's how it works in science. Now, I can geek out on the science every single day, but the reality is it's somebody's brother, somebody's mother, somebody's cousin, somebody's child, somebody's husband or wife, somebody's neighbor, a colleague. These are just individuals that you know through your day-to-day. And the biggest challenge is to let people understand that when you want to get well, you have to start at the cell. You want to have more energy, you got to start at the cell. You want your body to get up and say, hey, I'm ready to serve you, you got to start at the cell. See, everybody's working topical and they don't realize it's under the surface. When something is going to erupt, it starts under the surface. As we're talking right now, there's a whole bunch of things happening under the surface inside of our bodies. Now, when you're activated, then your body comes down and it knows what to do. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of science in a really easy way for you to really understand why you need to take this serious and why you need to come to a Zoom that we're doing tomorrow, because we really want you to come to the Zoom, see the information, ask your questions, because I've been doing this for 16 years and I do an average of 3 to 4 meetings a day and I don't get tired. Okay. I came from inflammatory breast cancer, 6 weeks to live. You're going to die. You're not going to see your 34th birthday. And I'm going to be celebrating in a couple of months from now. I'm going to be 51 and I feel like I'm in my 20s.
No shit. Y'all.
Yeah. That's me.
Hey, both of you are going to have to put your driver's license on the screen.
Yeah, we just don't
You know
believe
what?
them.
I'll put my passport on the screen because I don't have a driver's license. Everybody's like, when are you going to get it? Never. I'll just get somebody to drive me. What I do is all online and it's more important. I work in 19 countries. Any given day, I'm talking to somebody in 4 to 5 different countries, speak different languages because this is too important. It's too important to keep secret because so many times we've done published research studies and it was so definitive, they put it on a shelf and nobody hears about it. And here we are, science was done, system was implemented, all natural. You can now take it and you can get everything that we say on paper is going to happen to you. So when I met Marvin and I was presenting this to him, I was seeing he was really listening with intention. It's, you know, when somebody's already ready for something because they're already doing something, he listened with his eyes. He smiled. He listened. He asked his questions. He's like, I got to get this. I'm like, we know, but you need to experience what we're talking about. So for everybody listening out there, this is my thing to you, scientifically speaking. When cells communicate together, something happens. So when cell A tells cell B tells cell C, then it equals Y. Then something happened. If at the end of the cell where Y is your eyes, and the communication gets stopped by free radical damage, by uh, toxic food, by all the things that are happening inside of your body, what starts to happen is A can communicate with B can communicate with C. And then when that something is your eye, you get cataracts. When you're consuming all these foods you're consuming and they're highly acidic and you're not eating things the right way, drinking things the right way, like if you're eating a nice warm meal that's nutritious, but you're drinking cold water or carbonated water, you're creating acidity that is breaking down your enzymes that won't break down your food. Now your food won't get the nutrients that it needs. And now you have inflammation and you wonder why you're eating healthy food, but you still have a tire around your stomach. Why am I trying to lose weight and do all the things, but my body's not listening? Because after 40, you're never going to lose that weight. That's such a myth. It is ridiculous. When I met Mama Vega and I told her years ago about this, he said, listen, I am doing this. I see the science. She's a 4th generation herbalist. She knew everything there was to know about all the herbs separately that are in there. And she says, I've never seen it in this formulation where it turns your body back on. Yes, people on the call, we're about to turn you on. So you're going to want to come to our call tomorrow. Yep. And we're going to give you the information and you can listen to what we have to say. Nobody in my position, a PhD in biochemistry, a master's in clinical nutrition, and a culinary chef is going to stick around for 16 years with a publicly traded company if it's not real.
Yeah, so true.
Ralph has a question.
Go for it.
He says, I'm doing dialysis. Can it help me with my kidneys?
Oh, yes. We're going to put you on a system because protandim gets metabolized in your kidneys. So we have to see what stage you're on. So depending on the stage that you're on and how long you've been doing dialysis, we'll be able to put you in our systems and we'll be able to help your body turn back the clock and turn it back on. So we'll have to talk to you a little bit more and get a little bit more information so we can see which system we can put you on. But let me tell you one thing. Anybody that is going through something in their life needs to take care of their cellular health, their microbial health, and they need to take care of their mitochondria. And mitochondria are the powerhouses of the cell, and they tell the cells to go back to work. So yeah, as long as you're breathing, we can turn back the clock on your body to function better. Now, some people that are already taking medication and some people that are their bodies have gone to a certain level, we can reverse that, but we can make your body better equipped to handle that.
And just for the viewing audience, we will share a lot of things. We're not meant to be here to treat. We're just here to give people some serious alternatives where we're giving you really a lifeline, things that can make a difference. And listen, I'll be the first one to say it works. Listen, how many people you know can drop that blood pressure in 70 points in 3 weeks.
Mm.
And,
I
and
haven't seen
not,
it.
not be in a hospital.
I haven't seen them. The highest I've seen is 60. Yeah, Ralph, we'll definitely talk to you and tell you more about what we can do. And we'll also give you some more tips about lifestyle, like water, alkaline water, what certain foods to eat and when to eat them. Because a lot of people don't realize just because food is healthy doesn't mean you can eat it. As some fruits you cannot eat at night because your body won't pick up the vitamins because it's nighttime. Some fruit you have to eat in the morning because your body picks them up when it's light. So we just want to give you a few tools to use to help your body do what it needs to be doing. So
Do you want
definitely come on the Zoom tomorrow.
to put a Zoom here and put the link here, or do you want to do this and capture people for Zoom?
Oh, we can put the Zoom link for sure. I can put the Zoom link, but I do want to make sure that everybody understands this. There is a system that we've been using for the past 16 years that has 40 years of research, that is a botanical, that has medical peer-reviewed study as a botanical. It is not supplementation, it is not medication, it is activation. So if you're writing something down, write activation. I've been on supplementation. I used to take 38 tablets a day. Then I went on medication when I had cancer and was given 6 weeks to live. Now I'm on activation and that's all I do. So we can reverse that damage that happens inside of our body. We just have been told that we can because then we keep going back to our supplementation and our medication.
Yeah, you're right. So much on the supplementation. It's like everybody's out here trying to push a supplement. And it's like, at best, they may make you feel a little bit better. But I'll be the one to say Protandim and liquid collagen, they work. They work on your insides.
See, I love what you're saying because when I first met you, you were asking me all about your supplementation. And I said, based on your supplementation and the things that you had already changed, you still were in that level where your numbers were high, but
Yeah.
you were feeling some type of relief. So that was like throwing a Dixie cup of water on a house fire. And then we came and gave you the sprinkle system. So every time a fire was going off, the sprinkle system was turned on and it was just immediately helping your body. So that's why your doctor saw such drastic changes in your number. And I always tell people if your numbers are here, doctors give you medication here. Your numbers are here, doctors give you medication here. So we're going to work under the surface at the cellular level where everything gets regulated. And then your doctor will say, oh, you're here. We were giving you medication here, but now you're here. We need to give you medication here. So we work on the cellular surface, cellular level, and their medication works on the surface level. But we have such an amazing thing. I mean, everywhere you go in life, they say there's an app for that. We have an activator for that. So anything you're going through in life, as long as you decide that you need to do something, you will find us on the other side and we'll be right there to help you and support you. Not just give you the product and say, bye, success. We literally are the few people that call you. We're old school. I'm not going to text you. I'm going to pick up the phone and dial.
And it's kind of one of these things where you provide a level of hope for people, where somebody's like, I got this little ailment and it must be old age. And I'll sit here and say, that's a bunch of bullshit. I'm telling you, and I'm telling you this from just 3 weeks. I don't have the collective knowledge that these two wonderful ladies have. I mean, it's like, they're out exercising, walking every day. I mean, listen, I remember the shape my grandfather was in and my grandmother's when they were 71. I saw it. And, they see their doctors every couple of weeks and they fill them with all these pills and it just didn't work. And like I said, this is why I will continue to spread this and talk to people about this, because this is something that could change the lives of many Well, all you have to do is make a decision.
Mm.
Hey, you know what? I want to look better. I want to feel better. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple.
So
I
true.
just sent you the link, Charlie, and you what? Why I'm gonna immediately add the link there. The topic is why should you care about activation? Because we all are doing supplementation, and if supplementation was working the best that it was working, activation would have never come into play. It would
Right.
have been all about supplementation and medication. But we know that people are on medication for years and years on their life, managing their health and disease states. Then we know people are on supplementation, managing what they're deficient in. I want to start teaching people to start working on things that have gone dormant in your body that can work on the deficits inside of your body.
That we just dismissed as, hey, I've gotten older, and you know what? I can manage this. You don't have to.
No,
You don't have to just manage this. You get to somewhat correct it. One of the things I had in my notes, when they talk about activating yourself, they said from oxidative stress, you get 13 sextillion free radicals that affect your body every day. And at best, you may be able to do 1 million.
you can eradicate 1 million free radicals
A day.
just by eating some fruits and veggies.
Yes. And, with this activates the catalase and SOD, I mean, you just get a fighting chance because your body's under attack.
I'd like
I
to
love
add one thing to that is that when a person is taking supplementation or medication, you're taking a dosage. And you don't even know if the dosage that you're taking is the dosage that you need, which is why my mother always said, the reason doctors have a practice is because they're practicing on you. They don't know if it's actually going to work or not. That's why they have to keep making changes. When you're
Right.
taking vitamins and minerals and those type of things, you're looking at a dosage, but you don't know if what you're taking is the right dosage you need. So you have to keep adjusting it. The difference in activation is it triggers your body to do what your body needs to do for you. So it's going to act differently in everybody because it depends on whatever you have that's too high, it brings it down. Whatever is too low, it raises it. But it raises it in each one of us differently because it depends on what each one of us need in our body. And I'd like to also add is that we're not here to diagnose, mitigate, change, or do any of those things. We're not doing any of that. We're just telling you what it has worked for each one of us. But the way it works for every individual is depending on what needs to be activated in your body.
That's a great point. That's a great point. You know,
I love when people are looking for solutions, regardless of where you are. When you're a living, breathing person, you need to reduce oxidative stress because those superheroes that Marvin is talking about, your SOD, catalase, and glutathione, you know, those are basically your own survival genes that are already inside of your body. It doesn't matter how much you've abused your body, how much you haven't done the right things for your body. The minute you tell them to wake up, stop slacking, go back to work for Marvin, they get up and they go right to work.
that's
That's
what's
the big
exciting.
thing.
That's what's exciting. It's like, hey, all right. They be like, all right, we're back in the game now. This is
Yeah.
what the cells are telling me, and I love it.
And that's the thing that happens. And then you start to be like most people tell us, man, I wake up before my alarm. I woke up and got up to go to the restroom, but when I laid in my bed, I fell right back asleep. How many people don't fall right back asleep and they lay down and toss and turn for hours and they can't go back to sleep? And then they have an 8-hour day of work. And then they come back from home and they're already halfway tired. They ate food that brought all their energy down, and they're doing that over and over again. The minute they take activation and their body stand up like that, they're like, what is in this little miracle thing? It's not a miracle. It's just you turned your body on. That's it.
That's I mean, like I said, is there a better word than amazing?
I think the only word we could put next to it, because I think the word amazing describes it all, I think the next word you want to put next to amazing is you. You are amazing. Your body is amazing. You already amazing. Your body that is amazing has just gone to sleep because of all the garbage we give it and all the things we can control, like the air we breathe, the water we drink, the foods, what's in our food. We can make a different choice and eat a healthier meal, but we can't always do that every single day. And in order to turn that on, you would need to live a caloric restricted life of 600 calories a day for your own body to do that. Nobody is going to live with 600 calorie restricted daily just to turn on your body. That's why we say, let's us help you turn your body back on with this scientific research. Somebody asked me, told me something this morning, and I thought is very fitting for this call. When I was telling her about this product, she's in the Netherlands. I was explaining that to her, and she says, "But I already take four of these 5 ingredients." I said, "And how are you feeling right now?" Because we wouldn't be having this conversation if they were working as great as you want them to work. I said, "Why do you think they're not working the same?" I said, "It's the synergy. The 5 plant ingredients together work 1,800 times more effective together than by themselves." See, that's what Mama Vega was talking about. We're not talking about dosage. We're not even talking about auric value, because that's how antioxidants and enzymes were measured. See, antioxidants are measured in auric value. Supplements are measured in milligrams and grams all over the world. And activators are measured in McCord unit. The man who discovered this, because it activates your body to do more. There's no equation or dosage for it. That's why we say we're going to just measure it in McCord unit.
It's backed by science. We've been saying that. We've been saying so many things we've been saying for the past month or so. These things are backed by science. There's no hocus pocus stuff anymore.
No.
The stuff that's backed by science, how do you refute that? You don't.
You don't.
Paul Gomes says, "Charlie, the book is extremely written well. I'm on chapter 6. Really helpful. Can't wait to apply that to his life." Which is, he's talking about Marvin's book. I just wanted to put that up there.
Thank you, Paul. I'm so happy. I'm very grateful for that. I'm grateful that this is something that's helping people, and this is why we're on today. Everything we do is all about trying to help people. I would invite everybody, please jump on the Zoom call tomorrow. Charlie, is there any way to put the Zoom up here on the screen so people maybe
I'll put the ID number and the password and people can get on? Yep. Perfect. The ID number and the password, and then people can go there. This is the thing I can promise you that you will get for tomorrow. You're going to get the real information with real people and real life stories. These are not actors or actresses. Nobody gets paid. We literally decided that this is what we wanted to do because we see the need and we see the results. When I started doing this, I knew this was going to work because I saw the numbers. But when I started seeing the faces behind what was happening, then it became even more of a reality, because now it's not just an algorithm. It's not just results on a paper. It's my mother who's off living her best life. It's my father who's living his best life. It's my brothers and my sisters.
Yep.
It's a friend of mine who always been struggling with so many things hormonally. At a young age, went into menopause and finally gained control over her hormonal cells and she's under 30 years old because she worked on her gut health. See, these things cannot be taken away from you.
I love it.
So yeah, we love it, and we're going to definitely support you. It's going to be a whole beautiful vibe. So come, I'm excited to talk to you.
We're going to post this on Facebook too. Invite everybody. You know what? We're going to talk about this next week too. We're going to talk about this until we get everybody. Now, when I wrote the book because I said to myself, I will find you. You're going to stumble upon this book or something. You're going to stumble upon this podcast. We're going to find you. We're going to find you to bring you love and support. This is what we do every week. because we have nothing but love in our hearts for you all. Charlie, any other words of wisdom like you always have?
I'm a lover, not a fighter. So we're gonna find them, right?
We're
We
gonna
are
find
gonna
them.
find them. And I told Dr. Tizer, she asked me for a statement, some kind of slogan, some kind of phrase, and I was like, well, my phrase is with my heart, dot dot dot, I try. And with my heart, I'm gonna try to reach out to everyone that I possibly can to just let them know, especially those that have those medical stories, those and need some help. And like we mentioned throughout this podcast, we're activating things inside of you that are just sleeping.
I love that activation. That's what we've done. That's what we've done for 6 months. We're activating everybody. And I think about that song Earth, Wind, and Fire. Should just make a lot of you chuckle. The song Fantasy.
Yeah.
You will find those who are in search of you.
Yep.
That's been our mission. And that's been one of my favorite songs of all time. Because it goes back to the power inside of us that we all have. And sometimes it takes something or someone to activate that. And I always said, I put this on my post, you're far more powerful than you ever realize.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I like what we're doing. I like this team we have.
Me too.
Like the podcast we have. I just think that it's as long as we lead each other in the right direction, which is clearly already present, there's it's already being we're already moving relatively quickly in what short 2 weeks. So I really, truly, truly appreciate the hard work that you guys have commit to me, and I'm gonna return it. I'm gonna return it to you and return it to the audience that are surrounding us.
Is Annette still there?
Yes, took you long enough. She was sleeping and yawning. She said, I can't believe that I've been on this backstage platform for I don't know how long. Marvin invited me here for what? For me to just look beautiful and just like Teza and Mama Vega and she was back there. She was yawning. Oh, and I try to get her on the screen, but it's just crazy that Antoinette and I'm sorry that Marvin put you way in the back over there and left you hanging.
Hey man,
I thought I seen some tears in your eyes. Was you crying backstage? No, just let us know if you were crying backstage.
I think she was a gracious observer.
She was all alone.
I'm gonna give you a brief story on Annette. Annette's the most wonderful woman. I met her through my mom. She worked with my mom for many years, and just a kind, generous woman. And unfortunately, she's a widow now.
Sorry to hear that.
And so our stories intersected even more with that. And I had nothing but love for this lady. And, Annette, I always, my family, we always have much love for you. And Kristen absolutely loved you. And we appreciate all your support.
Awesome.
I don't know if she can hear me.
She's muted, but now she's unmuted.
I can hear you now. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you hear everything I just said?
Yes, I did. Thank you. And I call Marvin my little brother.
That's right. I call her Big Sis.
Right. Now I happen to be 72 years old.
All right.
All right now.
I'll take you.
Okay, so we have a few 70s. Mama Vega's 70 as well.
Yeah.
Okay. All right now.
Beautiful.
I love this. Annette, I would love to see you tomorrow on our call. And have a little bit more conversation, because these conversations are really valid. And the minute we have these conversations and the solutions, because lots of times when we come together as a group, We have the greatest conversations. We have so many intelligent minds and so much great information and value to add to the culture and to the people. But we
Mhm.
don't always have the solutions that really transform lives. So we're in
Mhm.
it for the transformation, and we have seen it over and over again. So I would love to have you on this journey with us as well.
I'm gonna, Marvin. I don't know if you should have my email address because I'm on my phone. I couldn't see the actual link. So
Okay.
Marvin, if Marvin, you could send it to me later.
Email you if you want to invite some of your friends. That'd be great.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah, definitely do. And we have some giveaways, so that's gonna be fun. So anybody that brings 5 people and say these are my 5
It's
people that
5 million
I love.
bucks. If you,
No, we're not that
He's
fortunate.
funny.
oh,
But
sorry.
what we will say is for every person that brings the 5 people that they care about, that are the most around them, and we're gonna put them in a raffle, and we're gonna give some giveaways away. We love giving things away, not just information, but
I
actually
did.
something they can do.
Well,
Magnet.
I definitely enjoyed this podcast.
Thank you.
And no, I would. He's only kidding because I wasn't yawning or crying. I was,
She was
I was
crying,
listening.
Marvin. She was
Oh, we
crying.
know,
Always like
we
a
know him.
How,
We know Charlie already.
Marvin, how could you treat your mom's friend like that? Just she was crying in the back. Just amazing.
She's family too, brother.
Yeah.
You need to try some church on Sunday because you
Mm.
left that poor, beautiful woman in the back crying. Just
Oh,
amazing.
No.
oh gosh.
Well, I do want to say that once you activate your body, it will be worth $5 million.
Yeah.
That is a good way to say it. Yes,
That sounds,
it is.
that sounds good to me.
Well, and,
Yeah.
and thank you for joining. We
Well,
appreciate it.
absolutely, absolutely.
I
Appreciate it.
can't wait to see you a little bit more tomorrow. If you can get on the computer, that's great, because then you can
Yeah.
see it in a
Yeah,
bigger.
I'll send you an email.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Thank
All
you
right.
so much for
Thank
being
you so much for inviting me, Marvin.
You're welcome.
Thank
right.
you.
See you tomorrow. See you
All right.
tomorrow.
See you
No,
tomorrow.
no, you won't need any tissues tomorrow. Just bring
Okay.
a nice cold drink and you'll be all set.
All right.
Um,
And,
Doctor,
All right.
and
we'll
Charlie,
see.
thank you for putting the music on. I appreciate that, Charlie.
Now, of course, I don't know how to
I'll
learn the
get.
song.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Charlie, wrap it up.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Good
Thank
night.
you, everybody.
Good
We
night.
enjoyed
So-
having everybody on.
Yeah.
As always, we're nothing but love here on our channel.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
If I'm in transit, I'll be on my phone. And I mean transit, just probably in the hospital or something, or
Okay.
Okay.
seeing the baby. But I'll definitely be on. And can't wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can't wait
Thank you
either.
all.
I'm so happy that we are all together. I love this partnership
I
that
love
we
it.
have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very good. It's all positive and we're all aligned, and
Yeah.
that's what's important.
Thank
That's
you,
it.
guys.
Any number positive. That's all it's about.
That's it. We will
Joy,
make it.
joy, joy.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Have a great evening, everybody.
All right. Thank
God
you all.
bless. See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Welcome to Sometimes You Have to Lose Yourself, a podcast where we explore the complexities of love, loss, and self-discovery. Join Charlie Perry and Marvin Speller when life's unexpected twists and turns come our way. It's easy to lose ourselves in the process, but what if losing ourselves is exactly what we need to find our true selves? Join us as we dive into the depths of human experience, sharing stories, insights, and conversations that will challenge, inspire, and maybe even help you find your way again. Sometimes you have to lose yourself. Let's get started.